Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about an epidemic, and it's something which is ubiquitous. We can't get away from it, and it's just part of our modern world. It's something which we're all familiar with, and it's slowly and surely killing off many people, and that's something called stress. I certainly see a lot of stress-related conditions in the practice. In fact, it's been estimated that 75 to 90% of the conditions that I see in general practice are related to stress, even if there's no obvious link. So whether that's fatigue, abdominal discomfort, whether it's itching, whether it's heart disease, diabetes, inability to lose weight, all of them have links in stress. So I think it's probably a topic that we can discuss, and I'll discuss openly if there's such a thing as good stress and not so good stress, and the best ways to overcome it. And these are tried and true principles that I've tried with my patients, and they certainly seem to be helpful for a lot of people. So first of all, can stress be helpful? Well, yes. There's something called eustress, which is EU stress. That's actually adaptive. And what that means is it helps us to reach our goals, it helps us, motivates us to get out of bed in the morning. Eustress is really important. So yes, stress can be good for you. A certain amount of stress is needed. When stress goes on for too long, or when we've had a very stressful event in our life, that's when it can become very harmful. Harmful stress is what can lead to the heart attacks, the diabetes, the premature aging, and often different types of cancers as well. So stress in itself is not bad, it's just when it's been going on for too long or it's too much. So how can we offset stress? Or how can we see stress differently? See, stress is something which we can actually perceive in a different way so that it becomes helpful stress. It's all about perception. So what's one way we can perceive things differently? To perceive things differently might be to manage the stress differently. So to eat a nutritious diet, certainly things like reducing salt intake if you've got high blood pressure, which has been linked to stress. Certainly eating more fruit and veggies can help. Eating less processed foods definitely can help. And that's hard when you're stressed and you're on the run and you're looking for the next pick-me-up. But it's really important to recognise that that's just a symptom of stress, and to try and negate that is to make a conscious decision to try and choose the non-processed foods, the sugary foods, the caffeine that we all choose to try and pick us up when we're feeling terrible. So it's a conscious decision. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to negate the effects of stress in my body and therefore be able to cope with more stress overall, which is what we all need to do to be able to function well in our jobs. The other thing we can try and do is lessen its impact. So we manage its impact, but we can lessen its impact. How do we lessen its impact? We can lessen it by exercise. We can lessen it by talking to a friend that we trust, treating ourselves with a non-food reward. So whether it's a massage or whether it's a pedicure, obviously not for the guys, but it might be. Whatever you choose to lessen its impact. The last thing is pass it back. So this is the third principle. If it's not your problem, pass it back. Be assertive. Saying no is really hard for all of us, but it's really important. If it's not your issue, don't take it on board. Don't accumulate it in terms of your stress bank. So pass it back. So the three principles in dealing with stress is pass it back, manage, and lessen the impact. If you apply those three principles in our lives, perhaps we'll be a little bit more effective in lessening the health implications of stress. See you next time.